Hey there everyone, it's Joe from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins, shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. This is your weekly precious metals price analysis where we take a look at the big four: gold, silver, platinum and palladium. Over 100 subscribers in the last 7 days who have decided to join the winning team right here. You know you're part of the winning team already if you're already subscribed. If you're not, well, just hit the big red subscribe button here to join the family. A lot more subscribers. That's about a 33% increase in subscribers in a weekly period because we're obviously because we're doing a lot more videos. We've upped it to about 5 or 6 per week. So almost every day. Of course, we give you a rest on Sunday. Sunday is a day of rest. So we don't want to overload you, but weekly auctions, weekly price analyses and unboxings and informative videos as well. Like, another way to spot fake versus real Perth Mint gold bars. That's an interesting one. Check that one out. That's an addendum to our most popular video that we've done. It's had about 200 and something thousand views about fake Perth Mint bars. That's pretty much it for the plugging the old YouTube Bullion Now. So let's head over to gold. This is on the daily time frame using the tradingview.com website, and of course it's priced in US dollars. We'll take a quick look at the Australian dollar price as well in both gold and silver, and then we'll move on to platinum and palladium. This will be pretty quick because not a lot has changed and my targets are still the same. So let's just quickly go through it today. I won't keep you guys too long. So daily time frame. This was where we were last Monday. We'd opened at about 1923. We were making a play for higher, but no, it was a fake out. So we had a failed move to the downside all the way down to, in the last week, to 1882, roughly, something like 1883, something like that. And looks like we may be on the way up, but it's indeterminate for me at the moment. If we take a look at this maybe on the 4 hourly, you can see that trend line where we broke out of this trend line right here, but then it was a breakdown. Could this be a little bit of area of support? We'll find out, but again, just indeterminate for me at the moment. So that's pretty much it for gold. There's not a lot to tell you. I'm not going to say definitely higher or definitely moving lower this coming week, but I've got the targets. So I had been mentioning last week, I really do need to see it move above, for me personally, I want to see it move above $1,955. Let's call it $1,960 roughly, and stay above there for a period of time before I can confidently say, yeah, we're out of the woods. We're not going to see lower prices from here. So that 1955, 1960 level is my personal level that we need to break out and stay above, and moving above there will be at the $2,000 level, might be a level of slight resistance, and of course where we have come from, the all-time high $2,075, and moving down, and I will stick with it for the moment, moving down, you have a range somewhere between, inclusive of and between $1,800 and $1,750 is where I think we would bottom out at if we are moving down lower from here. I don't personally see us going any further down than that, but of course that's just based on what I see at the moment. Things could change later on down the track. That is gold, so you're welcome to pause this video if you want and just look at those targets a little bit in more depth if you want to. So gold in Australian dollars has actually had a little bit of a rise in the last week, and that's actually to do with the changing of the Australian dollar to the US dollar. So we've seen a dip in the AUD versus the USD, and that's actually caused gold to have a little bit of a rise in the AUD price. If you want to learn more about that, how Forex, the foreign exchange, can affect your gold and silver investment, watch this video right here by Michael. He did a screencast and talks about it in more depth, and I'll put a link to it above in the top right hand corner right now, so you can watch that at your leisure. I'll also put it as a link at the end of the video as well. So gold in Australian dollars, again on the daily time frame. Let's see, the 12th right here, we opened and we moved further down, all the way down to $2,630 roughly, but we've since had a move upwards to a high of $2,700. Again, where we go from here really depends on where the gold in US dollar price goes, and then again how we're floating against the USD against the AUD, if that makes sense. So that is gold in AUD. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, I had been suggesting that if we were going to move down further, if we were going to break down, then we'd be doing it around about here. And so the price was around about $25.30 roughly. And I was suggesting if we are going to see a lower move, it's going to happen around about here. And we have seen that in the last 7 days. And this was because of this trend line right here, this one right here. And when you pull out to the weekly, that's just got that kind of dead cat bounce kind of feel where you have a peak and then you come down. It looks like it's going, and then it's a fake out and it keeps going down. I'm not saying it's definitely going to keep going down, but I was suggesting, as I said, if we're going to see a little bit of a dip, it would happen around about there, and lo and behold, it has. So for me, I remain indeterminate for silver as well. We've yet to break down through this little trend right here. I'll include that. Let's just do that for fun right there. So I would suggest the decision will be made by and inclusive of by the 22nd of October. If you can see down there, when you go all the way down right there, there's the date. Around about the 22nd of October, we will have made a decision either way, or silver will have made a decision. Is it going to continue higher or break down further? If continuing higher, I personally really need to see the price move above the $26 level and stay above the $26 level, and then it become a level of support for a little bit. That's, I think, pretty obvious to everyone, because 26 was a huge level of support throughout the big bull run in the last 10 years. So that level right there. So I definitely need to see it move above there and stay above it for a little bit before I can confidently say that we are not seeing lower prices from here. So you can pause this if you want to see my targets, but my target moving up, I want to see it move above there, the $26 level. This trend line would need to be broken, and then moving above from there, you've got the $29 or $30 level. And I think last time I had written in, I think I can comfortably get rid of that $32 level now. That's not going to be one. The next one for me would be the $35 level. That would be the next big one, level of resistance, moving higher. And moving lower, as I had previously mentioned before, I do want to see, it's going to be in a range for me. I think I just only mentioned $19.80 last time, but for me, it could break down to anywhere between $19.80 to $19 in US dollar terms. So that would be my move, it would be my support moving lower between $19.80 and $19. Somewhere in there is where it would find support at, I believe. Of course, in my non-financial advice opinion. Silver in Australian dollars. Again, similar thing where, it depends what the Australian dollar is doing against the US dollar, but we're currently hovering at $34.10 roughly, coming off a low in the last week of $33.34. Something like that. But again, we are not out of the woods just yet. I would need to see it move, for me, back above. Let me see, if I was to put in a horizontal line, I would want to see it move above and stay above for a period of time around about 36 Australian dollars in order for me to be confident that we're not moving lower. But again, most of this is always based on the US dollar price. But moving lower, if the price of silver is moving down from here in US dollar terms, and we don't have a major movement in terms of the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, then what you would see would be, I think, a movement down to this level of $29 in Australian dollar terms, if we're moving down from here. Definitely not saying that is happening, of course. That is silver in Australian dollars as well. Let's move over to platinum. Platinum in the last week, let's see, since October the 12th, there's another dip in platinum as well. So a dip all the way down to $840, back up to 866. Again, it's indeterminate for me at the moment, so I know it's not much fun to tell you. I know you like me to say it's definitely going this way, it's definitely going that way, but I can't do that at the moment. There is no real break of a trend line at all. Let's have a quick look right here. No, just sort of just range bound at the moment. It could take its time to make a decision. What you may find, I don't know, but you may find that we sort of get tighter and tighter in terms of the volatility until we come to an apex again. I would say it's probably no later than about November the 3rd. I think it would have us made its decision by whether we're going higher or lower. And to get my targets moving higher and lower in platinum, what you can do again is pause this video and you can see them right here. These horizontal lines of my targets moving higher and my support levels moving lower right there. Just pause it and you can find out what they are. That is platinum. I told you I would keep this very quick. And palladium. If we had a bit of a dip from here, a small dip, it would not be surprising. Definitely not saying it's going that direction. But we've had, this is on the monthly time frame, palladium, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 5 months of green candles. 5 months where the price has closed, 4 months because we're in the month, this month hasn't finished yet, I should say. So 1, 2, 3, 4 months, I should say. 4 previous months of the price opening at the beginning of the month and then closing at a higher price than it did when it opened. That's why you see a green spike, a green candle. 4 months in a row. Look, if we have a little bit of a dip in this next month, it wouldn't surprise me. A quick dip down to about the $2,015 to $2,000 level wouldn't surprise me at all. Even anywhere down, back down to here of around about, I'd say the 18 average of highs, around about here at about $1,900 wouldn't surprise me at all. Definitely not saying it's moving there. I'm not confident enough to say we're definitely moving higher from here. So support level for me around about, let's call it, what have I got it here? It's around about $2,020. So $2,020 to $2,000 in US dollar terms could be a level of support if we move down further from here. And as I mentioned before, moving higher from here, you've got the previous little high there of 2,800 and what is it technically? It is $2,875. And again, I do promise I'll give you a larger macro view on palladium one day as well, based on the Fibonacci levels, but that's where we are in palladium. I know, short and sharp today, not a lot to tell you in terms of the precious metals. We're just kind of range bound at the moment. Something has to give eventually though, and we will see, a big price move up or down, but I've given you my price targets moving down, my price targets moving up for all 4 until next week, and where the targets may be completely different. You never know, because we're in this crazy world of precious metals where anything can happen. You know what to do. Hit the big red subscribe button right there. Lots coming up this week. I think we're going to be doing 1 or 2 maybe epic unboxings because we've got a shipment of awesome stuff coming in this week. So it's always a fun day when we get silver in the office. So I think that's going to be coming really soon. Probably, I'd say by about Thursday, I think you may have an unboxing video if we get the shipment that we think we're getting in. If we get that in, it's going to be a grand day. So maybe look out on Thursday for an unboxing video that might be, and new goodies for you to purchase on the website. Of course, bullionnow.com.au. And what else? Of course, as I said before, our weekly auctions, you got to bid for those, and our other informative videos. That's it, gang. Stay safe, take care, and we'll speak to you soon.